Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, I am solving these two questions for you as you are finding problem in these two questions according to the survey which is conducted by uh, Manahil. It's a perfect one. So here we go with the question number 6 and question number 7 and question number 11. Whereas according to this question for review, there is just one question. So first I would like to discuss this question number 7 from the review section, and then I'll go with these questions 6, 7, and 11. So let's move on. Let me have a look at review question. The review question number 7. Yeah, that was a question which was asked. Yes. So question number 7. Describe the interface curves associated with the two goods that are perfect substitute, and what if they are perfect complement. So guys, I have already explained it in the class that when the two commodities are perfect substitute, the indifference curves are the straight line, because in a common commodities which are not perfect substitute but imperfect substitute, uh, the rate of substitution varies from one combination to another combination, whereas when we talk about the perfect substitute, the marginal rate of substitution, it remains constant. For example, if suppose you have a good x and you have a good y, and you want to the trade-off is going like that if you want to get one more unit of good x, then you will have to sacrifice one unit of good y. And if the product is perfect substitute, then this rate of substitution will remain constant from one combination to another combination, and practically that will result in a curve which is actually not a curve but a straight line and negative slope. So whenever we have a perfect substitute, the indifference curve is negative slope and it's a straight line. That straight line can be slopes can be different, but that depends on that what is the rate of substitution. In case if you want to get one more of x and you want to sacrifice 2 units of y, then rate of substitution is actually for every 1 unit of x you will sacrifice 2 units of y, so that the rate of substitution would be somehow steeper, and the graph will be steeper. And when if you are oppositely, if you suppose want to get one more unit of x, and in return you are actually willing to sacrifice half unit of y, so that is a flatter one. So let me have a plot of these curves. So here we go with the so if I just want to draw the graph of these curves, so it's like let me take shape, and here we go. So let's say if I have this line and I have this line, and here is a plotted x and here is a plotted y. Let me take another one. This is plotted x, this is plotted y, and let me take another one. So this one is plotted x and y. And suppose if I am making a graph like this, there are 3 possibilities. One, and second is this one, and the third is this one. Yeah, so what you can see, that if I just want to add one more unit of commodity x1, I'm moving from here to here, 1 to 2, I am sacrificing, let's say ये 3 है and this is 2. So for every +1 I am sacrificing -1. इसमें MRS क्या हो जाएगा? MRS is always that you want to sacrifice in order to get 1. So let's say this is delta y and this is delta x. So how many units of x1 I am getting? I am just trying to get one more unit of x. And how many units from the y I am sacrificing is just -1. So the marginal rate of substitution is -1 over +1. Whereas in this case, what is happening? That suppose if suppose you want to get one more unit as you were doing earlier, right? So the +1 of x is actually -2 of y. So if I ask here what is MRS in this case, this is equals to, you know, delta y over delta x. So how many units of x you are getting? The plus 1. How many you are sacrificing? Minus 2. So you can see the MRS is greater and the slope is steeper. Whereas in this case, what is happening? That suppose if you want to get one more unit of x1, so the sacrifice you are doing is smaller. So this is again plus 1, but this may be minus 1 by 2. So basically delta y over delta x in this case would be, again, how much you are getting for for x is plus 1, and how much you are sacrificing for this is minus 1 by 2. So basically that will solve as minus 1 by 2. So you can see that the meaning of marginal rate of substitution, the mathematical representation of it, and the graph shape according to the value of the marginal rate of substitution. The larger the marginal rate of substitution means that you are, in order to get one more unit of the commodity which is lying on x-axis, you want to sacrifice a bigger amount of y, and flatter the curve, the opposite will be true, and there can be a possibility that you have one-to-one correspondence for like 1 unit of x and 1 unit of y, one-to-one trade-off. So this is a case of perfect substitute where the commodities are perfectly substitutable, so straight line for indifference curve. Whereas if you have commodities like perfect complements, then you will have graphs like this. Here we have x, here we have y, and the graph is like this. Y, suppose this is x is sugar bag, tea bag, sugar spoon, and y is tea bag, and you are making cup of teas. So if you have one sugar spoon and you have one tea bag, you are able to get 1 cup of tea. So this shows 1 cup of tea. In case if you are getting more of the sugar bags and the same amount of tea bag, so you are still having 1 cup of tea, so your utility remain the same. So all these points are actually indifferent. Similarly, if you have one sugar spoon but you have multiple tea bags, still you are not being able to make another cup of tea. So this L shape, जनरली इसकी शेप ऐसी होती है. So basically you will have shape like this. Shape like this. Okay, straight line. You इस तरह से ऐसे L shapes, इसे कहते हैं L shape. So higher the L shape, more the utility you are getting, because higher this shows the second cup of tea, this shows the third cup of tea, and so on. So this is perfect complementary case. So if you have a look at the question number 6 from exercise, suppose that John and Smith have each decided to allocate 1,000 per year to for an entertainment budget in the form of hockey game and rock concert. So what do commodities we have? Money is equals to $1,000, and the hockey game is equals and one commodity, and second commodity is rock concert, right? So I will just mention it with H and I'll mention it with R. They both like hockey games and rock concert. What does it mean? That the two commodities for them is a normal good and the marginal utility is positive, and that's why they want to consume more of it, and will choose to consume positive quantities for both good. However, they differ substantially in their preferences for these two forms of entertainments. यानी कि इनकी preferences same नहीं है. John prefers hockey game to rock. अब हमारे पास दो लोग हैं. There are two people. One is Jones and the second is Smith. Yeah, and we have two commodities, that is hockey game and rockstar. Now we can see the preferences. Preferences says that John prefer hockey games too. So John prefers hockey. Hockey is preferred to rock concert, and for the Smith, rock concert is preferred over hockey game. This is actually given in the question. So while Smith prefers rock concert over game, the draw a set of indifference curve for John and second for Smith. Now we really want to have the indifference curve for John and Smith. So uh, uh, let's make the graph. So here we go. I just want to make a line. Just give me 1 minute. Here we go with the straight line. यहाँ पे भी हम बना रहे थे एक straight line. ठीक है. I'm trying to plot the graphs. So what actually the question says? The question is saying that draw the set of indifference curve for John and for Smith. तो हमें John और Smith के indifference curves draw करने हैं. So let's say I think that I will take Rockstar over here and Hockey over here. Rock concert and Hockey over here. Now if I just think of John, what John likes, he likes Hockey over rock concert. So if suppose this is the first point, then if suppose he likes hockey and we are trying to figure out that if suppose he was offered and he has to choose that if he has to go for one more rocks rock concert, then how much hockey games he would like to sacrifice, given the fact that John actually likes hockey more than rock game. So definitely for every additional unit of R provided to him, he would be willing to sacrifice lesser amount of hockey. In comparison, if Smith is offered with 1 unit of rock concert, as he likes rock concert more than hockey games, so he would be willing to sacrifice a bigger amount of hockey. So first I would like to go with Smith. अगर स्मिथ की अगर हम देखें तो look at this graph. Now this is more like steeper one. Sorry, I'm not able to make a good graph. Lekin if you just have a rate of substitution there, so if suppose this shows 1 unit of R, so this is the amount of sacrifice. This distance shows the amount of sacrifice Smith wants to have in order to get 1 more unit of R, given the fact that he likes R over hockey. यहाँ पे ये जो है ना ये इधर भी लिखा होगा. But if I just look at John, so John likes hockey more. So he is not that interested to sacrifice hockey if he is getting 1 more unit of Rockstar. So what kind of graph we are expecting him to have? This like this. So if suppose I make another equal distance just to show +1 unit of R, so you can see the level of sacrifice he is willing to have in this situation. So this is John's indifference curve and shows the preferences of John, whereas this is the preferences of Smith. So if you just look at John, he is liking hockey more in comparison to R. So he is liking hockey and he is liking R. So अगर हम इसको एक तरह से if you just try to memorize it, so the slope, the downward slope of the indifference curve is inclined more towards the commodity which he doesn't like. So John doesn't like more rock games, rock concert. So उसका जो indifference curve है is more inclined towards R, whereas he doesn't like more of hockey. So इसका जो indifference curve है is more inclined towards hockey. So it's a kind of memorization process that if you want to make a right graph. I hope that you understand. So second है using the concept of MRS, explain why the two sets of curves are different. So I have already explained the second part while attempting the question number 1. Okay, so we can see that the marginal rate of substitution has to be different for the two curves, because that dependent upon that how much unit of one significant how much unit of one commodity a consumer is willing to sacrifice in order to get get plus one of the other. So the preferences are different, so the slope will be different, and MRS is different. अच्छा जी, next question देख लेते हैं. This is the next question. Let me take it over here down so that I can have it in front of me. So here we go with the question. The question says that the price of DVD is $20 and the price of CD is $10. Philip has to budget of 100. So once in this question, the method of attempting the question is that whenever we got the information, start writing. So what two commodities are mentioned here? DVD and second is CD. The price of DVD is equals to $20 and the price of CD is equals to $10 and the money income they is having is equals to $100, right? So this information is enough to make the budget line. So first of all, we'll make the budget line. As you know, budget line is equals to M is equals to P price of DVD into DVD, yeah, and plus price of CD into CD. So M is equals to 100, price of DVD is equals to 20. We'll keep here DVD as it is, plus price of CD is 10 into CD. So here we go with the budget line we have made. Now read the question. Suppose that he has already bought us DVD and CD, one DVD and one CD. So basically, if the consumer has bought one DVD and one CD, one DVD and one CD. So he has got one DVD and one CD. If it is one, it is one. Then definitely how much money he has spent on it? 20. And how much money he spent in this? अगर हम इसको जमा करें तो on buying these two, he will be spending 30, whereas he is having 100. So there is room for more buyings. तो अभी हम आगे चलते हैं, देखते हैं और क्या लिखा हुआ है. Given above, ठीक है, one DVD. In addition, there are 3 more DVDs and 5 more CDs that he would really like to buy. तो मतलब उसको कितना चाहिए? DVD is already bought 1, so he wants to go with plus 3 more of DVDs and he has got 1 CD, but he would like to have plus 5, यानी 5 more CDs को चाहिए. अभी हम जितनी information होती है, just keep on writing. Given the above price and income, draw the budget line on the graph and CD on the horizontal axis. चलो जी, अब हम इसे ग्राफ बनाएंगे. So let me make a graph over here. अच्छा, whenever I make graph, I always like to have some simplification so that उसने कहा CD को x axis पे रखना है और DVD को y axis पे रखना है, तो हम वैसे ही कर लेते हैं. Now we have this equation. तो मैं हमेशा इसको, क्योंकि DVD is on the y axis, so I want to keep DVD on left side and everything else on the other side. दूसरी सिंप्लीफिकेशन जो इसमें नजर आ रही है, यू कैन सी कि 100, 20, 10, 10 कॉमन है, तो पूरी इक्वेशन को 10 से डिवाइड कर दें तो 10 इज इक्वल टू 2 DVD प्लस CD. आ गया ना. अब आपने DVD को एक तरफ रखना है, तो 2 DVD इज इक्वल टू 10 माइनस CD. तो ये आपके पास थोड़ा सिंप्लीफाई हो जाएगा और उसके बाद 2 को डिवाइड कर दें तो DVD is equals to, 10 by 2 is equals to 5 minus 1 by 2 CD. So we have got the equation which is really helpful in finding my budget line. कैसे? कि I will find only the intercept. For finding intercepts, what I'll do, I'll put CD is equals to 0 and then DVD in this equation will become 5 minus 1 by 2 into 0, that is 5. So what coordinate I am getting out of it? CD has to be written first because it's in the x-axis. So 0 or 5 is one of the combination which I have got. Similarly, if I put DVD is equals to 0, I am finding intercept, right? So I will get 0 is equals to 5 minus 1 by 2 CD, and that is 5 is equals to 1 by 2 CD, and CD is equals to 10. So what combination I am getting? 10 and 0. अब ये जो दो combination है, that will help me out in making a perfect graph. So if suppose I take it 5, I take it 10, I take it 5 and I take it 10. So my one coordinate is 0, 5. क्या है वो? 0, 5. So 0, 5 का मतलब क्या हुआ? Y axis पे ये आ गया और 10, 0 कहाँ आ गया? यहाँ आ गया. So basically दैट्स माई बजट लाइन, या दैट्स माई बजट, आई गॉट माई बजट लाइन। सो पहला सवाल यही था, कंसिडरिंग गिवन द अबव प्राइसेस, ग्राफ बना ले, बन गया। कंसिडरिंग व्हाट हैज ऑलरेडी परचेज, क्या परचेज किया हुआ था, 1 डीवीडी 1 सीडी, 30 रुपए खर्च किए हुए थे। And what he will still wants to purchase, what he wants to purchase, 3 more of DVDs and 5 more of CDs. Identify the 3 different bundles of CD and DVD that he could choose for the part in the question. Assume that he cannot purchase fractions, and CD का fraction और DVD का fraction तो नहीं हो सकता। तो वो कह रहा है कि आपका एक कॉम्बिनेशन जो उसने किया हुआ है, लेकिन आप 3 ऐसे कॉम्बिनेशन बताएं विच कैन बी अफोर्डेबल विद इन द मनी ही इज हैविंग। तो उसका बड़ा सीधा सा जवाब है कि आप इस इक्वेशन को दोबारा से लिखो, डीवीडी इज इक्वल टू -1/2 CD। इसी लाइन में सारे जवाब है। ही सेड दैट फ्रैक्शन नहीं होना चाहिए, इसका मतलब है 1/2 इंटू यहाँ पे कोई ऐसा नंबर डालें हम जो कि इसको कंप्लीट इंटीजर में कन्वर्ट कर दे। तो पहला ऑप्शन है कि लेट CD जो है इज इक्वल टू 4। सो आपके पता है डीवीडी क्या आ जाएगा, डीवीडी इज इक्वल टू 5 - 1/2 इंटू 4। सो बेसिकली 5 - 2 इज इक्वल टू 3। कॉम्बिनेशन क्या आया, CD इज 4, DVD इज 3। ये एक कॉम्बिनेशन आ गया। इस तरह के 2 मोर के लिए आप इस जगह पर 6 सब्स्टिट्यूट करो और फिर 8 सब्स्टिट्यूट करो, तो आपके पास जो है ना बाकी 2 कॉम्बिनेशन आ जाएंगे। तो 6 और 8 सब्स्टिट्यूट करने से मेरे ख्याल में इजीली आ जाएंगे। 6 सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे सो यू विल गेट 6/2, एक कॉम्बिनेशन ये आ जाएगा, और 8 सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे तो आंसर आएगा 8/1। तो जो आपको जो कॉम्बिनेशन चूज करने थे वो वाले 3 कॉम्बिनेशन आपने चूज कर लिए हैं, एक ये वाला, एक ये वाला और एक ये वाला। ठीक है जी, तो ये आपके क्वेश्चन का आंसर है। मूविंग ऑन टू द क्वेश्चन नंबर 11। सो लुक एट दिस क्वेश्चन, मैं यहीं से पढ़ती हूँ। ये आपका क्वेश्चन जो है था ये वाला, ठीक है। So consumer in Georgia pay twice as much of avocado as they do for peaches. तो जॉर्जिया के अंदर लोग एवोकाडो की जो प्राइस है वो डबल देते हैं इन कंपैरिजन टू पीच, ठीक है। सो द प्राइस ऑफ एवोकाडो एंड प्राइस, हाउएवर एवोकाडो एंड पीचेस आर सेम प्राइस इन कैलिफोर्निया। तो 2 सिटीज है, एक जॉर्जिया स्टेट है और एक कैलिफोर्निया है, और वो कह रहे हैं कि कैलिफोर्निया के अंदर एवोकाडो की जो प्राइस है इट इज ट्वाइस ऑफ पीचेस, एंड कैलिफोर्निया में दोनों की प्राइसेस सेम है। इफ कंज्यूमर इज बोथ स्टेट्स मैक्सिमाइजेस यूटिलिटी, आपको पता है यूटिलिटी मैक्सिमाइजेशन की कंडीशन क्या होती है, स्लोप ऑफ बजट लाइन शुड बी इक्वल टू स्लोप ऑफ इंडिफरेंस कर्व, MRS शुड बी इक्वल टू स्लोप ऑफ बजट लाइन। अगर उसको यूटिलिटी को मैक्सिमाइज करना है, विल द मार्जिनल रेट ऑफ सब्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ द पीचेस फॉर द एवोकाडोज be same for the consumer in the both state, if not which will be the higher। तो हाँ, तो इसका बड़ा सीधा सा जवाब है ना कि if suppose we are talking about question number question number 11 and we are talking about avocado and peaches, और एक स्टेट है जी जॉर्जिया। जॉर्जिया के अंदर जो प्राइस है उसकी पीच की, और यहाँ पे प्राइस है एवोकाडो की। सो प्राइस ऑफ एवोकाडो इज ट्वाइस ऑफ प्राइस ऑफ पीचेस, ठीक है जी। जबकि जो कैलिफोर्निया है उसमें प्राइस ऑफ एवोकाडो इज जस्ट इक्वल्स टू प्राइस ऑफ पीच, ठीक है। ये एक हमारे पास इंफॉर्मेशन है और एक हमारे पास ये इंफॉर्मेशन है। अब आप मुझे बताओ उसका यूटिलिटी मैक्सिमाइज करने के लिए क्या उनका जो है क्या था क्वेश्चन, कि यूटिलिटी मैक्सिमाइजेशन के लिए ये था 11 कि इफ कंज्यूमर इन द बोथ स्टेट मैक्सिमाइज यूटिलिटी विल द मार्जिनल रेट ऑफ सब्स्टिट्यूशन, दोनों का मार्जिनल रेट ऑफ सब्स्टिट्यूशन सेम होगा या डिफरेंट होगा। अब आपको पता है कि जो आपका जो होता है ना इक्विलिब्रियम, वो होता है जहाँ पे MRS मार्जिनल रेट ऑफ सब्स्टिट्यूशन इज इक्वल टू स्लोप ऑफ बजट लाइन, ठीक है। और ये होता है जी माइनस ऑफ MUX ओवर MUY इज इक्वल टू माइनस PX ओवर PY, और अगर हम इसका माइनस उड़ा दें तो MUX ओवर MUY इज इक्वल टू PX ओवर PY, बस ये होता है, ठीक है। अब आप देखो कि यहाँ पर उन्होंने प्राइसेस दी हुई है किसकी, X जो है, सपोज करो X जो है ना वो आपका है एवोकाडो, ठीक है, और जो Y है ना वो आपका पीचेस है, ठीक है। तो अब आपको पता है कि जो जॉर्जिया है उसके अंदर एवोकाडो डबल एक्सपेंसिव है। तो लेट्स से अगर पीच प्राइस ऑफ पीच जो है, प्राइस ऑफ पीच को हम प्राइस ऑफ पीच को पी से रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं, तो प्राइस ऑफ एवोकाडो को हम पी ए से रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं। एंड वी नो दैट प्राइस ऑफ एवोकाडो इज इक्वल टू ट्वाइस ऑफ प्राइस ऑफ पीच। ऐसे ही है ना। तो फिर इसका मतलब क्या हुआ, जॉर्जिया के अंदर अगर हम मैं कहूँ एक्स एक्सिस पे एवोकाडो है, तो आपको पता है कि वो जो स्लोप होती है वो ये होती है ना, ये वाली ट्रेन की। तो एवोकाडो को मैं ऊपर लिखूंगी, तो प्राइस ऑफ एवोकाडो ओवर प्राइस ऑफ पीच जो है ना, वो मेरी स्लोप बनती है। अब वो एवोकाडो जो है वो ट्वाइस ऑफ प्राइस ऑफ पीच है। सो प्राइस ऑफ पीच, सो बेसिकली यू कैन सी कि ये वैल्यू डबल हो जाएगी। लेकिन अगर हम कैलिफोर्निया के लिए यही रेशो निकालेंगे, क्योंकि वहाँ पे दोनों प्राइसेस सेम है, तो वहाँ पर जो ये जो रेशो आएगी वो आएगी प्राइस ऑफ एवोकाडो और प्राइस ऑफ पीच। और क्योंकि दोनों सेम है, मतलब आप इससे कंफ्यूज ना करो, आप आराम से वैसे समझो कि अगर ये न्यूमरेटर फॉर द कैलिफोर्निया ये डबल है इन कंपैरिजन टू डिनोमिनेटर, और जो जॉर्जिया है उस सॉरी जॉर्जिया के लिए और कैलिफोर्निया में दोनों बराबर है। अगर दोनों बराबर है तो यहाँ तो सिंपल पी ऑफ ए और पी ऑफ पी जो है वो इक्वल टू 1 आ जाएगा, क्योंकि बराबर जो है। और जो दूसरा वाला है उसमें ये आ जाएगा आपका कैलिफोर्निया के लिए, और जो आपका जॉर्जिया के लिए आएगा वो आएगा 2/1। ठीक है, तो यू कैन सी एज फार एज द प्राइस रेशियोज आर नॉट द सेम फॉर बोथ द स्टेट्स, तो जाहिर सी बात है द प्राइस रेशियोज आर जस्ट इक्वल्स टू MRS, तो MRS भी तो चेंज हो जाएगा ना। सो विच व्हाट यू थिंक दैट विच MRS विल बी ग्रेटर, ऑफ कोर्स वही MRS ज्यादा होगा फॉर विच द प्राइस रेशियो इज ग्रेटर, एंड दैट इज जॉर्जिया। फॉर जॉर्जिया you will have a greater MRS at equilibrium, and for California you will have a lower value of MRS। बस यही सवाल है इसके अंदर, ये सवाल। सपोज ये है ना, ये if not which will be higher, तो जॉर्जिया का MRS would be higher in comparison to California MRS। Thank you।